I've been uploading videos to YouTube for over 3 years, and in fact this video will be my 200th video that I upload to my channel. And there's been a lot of things that I've learned along the way. There's been a hell of a lot of mistakes that I've made, but it has been a really good journey, and I wanted to make this video as a diary to myself so I can look back on it in years to come to see all the things that I've achieved, to look back to see where I am now compared to where I am in the future, but also for anybody that's just starting out on YouTube, or maybe you've been making videos for a little while and you're getting a bit disheartened, thinking that the algorithm hates you, thinking that your videos aren't getting any views, and thinking even maybe about quitting. So this video is for anybody that is just starting out on YouTube, coming from someone that's been on the platform for a long time and uploaded over 200 videos. So if you're new to the channel and you have no idea who I am, then I'm John, and I'm a filmmaker and a photographer from the UK and a content creator apparently, and I enjoy using whatever camera gear I have available to me to get out and about and make great videos and take great photos. And I'm just a big tech nerd at heart. I love camera gear, camera specs, I love computer gear, I like building my own home studio, which I've done 3 times now, and I try to just do what I can with all the best camera gear that I have available to me for whatever budget I can afford. And I also have a wife and 2 kids, and my life is very, very busy and full on, and a lot of the time quite stressful, but I enjoy it. And to be totally honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. So if you like videos on camera gear, tech reviews, having your own home studio, learning how to use camera gear, and getting all the best equipment for whatever budget is available to you, and you want to see whatever goes on in my crazy life behind the scenes with a wife and 2 kids, then consider subscribing to the channel below. And now, if you don't have the attention of a goldfish and you are still watching this video, then let's get on to the things that I've learned after being on YouTube for over 3 years and uploading over 200 videos. So the first thing is quality matters, but consistency wins. And this is the age-old debate on YouTube about whether you should upload consistently and upload 2 or 3 videos a week and not worry too much about the quality, or whether you should upload less often and focus on making the best video possible with great production value. And to be honest, the advice is going to change depending on where you're getting it from and who you're watching and how long they've been on YouTube. But here's my take on it. So when you first start out on YouTube, the algorithm doesn't know who you are. It doesn't know what you're trying to do or what you're trying to achieve or who your target audience is. So what you need to do is focus on one particular topic and just make videos on that one particular topic, solving a specific problem for a specific person. And then once you do that, you need to just make at least 1 video a week, ideally 2 or even more, depending on how free you are and how much time you have. And then just make as many videos as you can, not worrying too much about being perfect. Obviously, you need to have some level of quality to it, but try not to worry too much about being perfect. Just upload as many videos as you can on that particular topic and solving that particular problem. And you need to do that for around about 6 months, because after that time, YouTube will now have an idea of who you're trying to reach. You would have built up a pool of content. And then once someone watches one of your videos, they'll go to your channel and you will now have this big library of videos that people can then binge watch. Whereas if you just make 1 video every 2 or 3 months, once someone watches a video, they'll go to your channel and there'll hardly be anything there for them to look at. So my advice is to upload as many videos as you can to begin with for at least 6 months, and then the algorithm will slowly know who you're trying to reach, and then you can start to focus more on quality and getting better with each video. The next thing you need to figure out is what's your why? Why are you making videos in the first place? And this is something I struggled with to begin with, because when you first start making videos, you do it because, oh, everyone else is making videos, and I'm watching content creators that are getting millions of views and traveling the world and doing brand trips and making multiple 6 figures, and I want that as well. And the reality is that that's not a reason. You need to figure out why you want to do this, because trust me, YouTube is hard. It's not easy, and everyone will tell you it's easy, and they're lying to you. It's not easy. It's a long, hard slog that you're going to be doing for a long time before you get any level of success. And everybody is different on their journey. That's not tough love. That's just reality. I'm just trying to set your expectations. Because when you start making content, you need to have a fundamental why to keep you going when times get tough. So for me, mine is twofold. Firstly, I want to be able to test out all the best and greatest camera gear and equipment, and I want brands to send me all their gear so I can test it for free because I love camera gear and equipment and I want to test it, and I want to get the opportunity to work with brands like Sony and DJI and all the best brands that I love. And also I want to be able to network with some of the greatest creators out there who are all similar to me, that love gear, that love equipment, that make YouTube videos, so we can all nerd out together and talk about the things that we love, and I can collaborate with these people. That's part of the reason why I want to do it, and get to travel the world and have some amazing experiences. But the other reason is because I want to build a profitable and sustainable business so that I can give me and my family the life we deserve. And this is the most important part, that eventually I can leave a legacy for my kids so that they can either work on the business with me or hopefully one day take it over, and then they've got something to step into. That's my why. And that is a powerful why for me, because then when I have times when I get tough and I make YouTube videos that don't perform and I feel miserable about it, I remember why I'm doing it, and that keeps me going. So you need to get a pen and paper and write down exactly why you want to do it. What's your long-term goal? Because then when times get tough, that's what keeps you going. Number 3 is titles and thumbnails are more important than your video. And this is something a lot of people forget. They think of a great video idea they want to make, and then they make it, and then they think at the end, oh, I need to title and thumbnail for this. And that's not really going to work. You need to sit down and work on branding for your channel. And this is going to develop the whole branding strategy for your channel. So you need to get, again, a pen and paper and write down what font do you want to use? What colors do you want to use? And go online and look for color matching templates, and you can see what colors match well together, and just develop a whole brand package for your channel, the font, the colors, the style, everything. And then that will form all of your titles and thumbnails going forward. Because once you have that, then once people get to know your channel and the sort of content you're making, when a thumbnail appears from you with that same branding and the same title and the same font and colors, people will know that's a video from you, and it will become more recognizable. So just focus on making a good title and a good thumbnail, because once you do that, then you will start getting better views. Because you could have the best video in the world, but if you have a crap thumbnail and title, people aren't going to watch it. So you need to make good titles and thumbnails. Now, I'm guilty of this because I make titles and thumbnails that I think are really, really good, and they don't perform. So the reality is that even if you've got something that's brilliant, the algorithm isn't always going to respond to it, because the YouTube algorithm just is very unpredictable. And to be totally honest, nobody knows how to make it work and how to trigger it. All you can do is give it the best chance of success that you possibly can. Number 4 is scripts can be helpful, but don't kill your personality. Now, none of my videos are scripted. Now, I have bullet points on the screen next to me. I'm looking at them now, and that's all they are, is bullet points that help me highlight the things I want to talk about in these videos. I don't ever script my videos. I've done it a couple of times, but I just find that you end up just reading from a script like a robot, and it's very, very hard to bring out your personality in those videos. So I will have bullet points, and then the rest of it, what I'm saying now, is just off the cuff, and it's just me talking about things I want to talk about. So have bullet points. That's the best way that I find to make it work. But ultimately, you need to just talk about what you want to talk about and just let it rip, because that brings out more of your personality. Now, there is ultimately 3 ways you can make a video script-wise. You can either script it verbatim and read off a teleprompter. You can do bullet points, which is what I do. So I have things I know I want to talk about, and then I just talk about the topic off the cuff. Or the third way is just to do the whole thing completely just unscripted and just go for it. Now, I have done that. The problem with that is you end up with a lot more outtakes, and you end up with a lot of waffle in the video, and you have to cut a lot of it. So just make sure that you test the different versions and see what's best for you. Number 5 is editing should be fast and efficient. Now, when you learn how to do editing, there's different editing programs you can use. I use DaVinci Resolve. You can use the free version. I used that for the first year and a half of my YouTube journey, and it's brilliant. The only thing you can't do with it is you can't edit in 10-bit color, but you don't need 10-bit color for YouTube videos if that's all you're doing. If you're a professional and you're a professional filmmaker or photographer, you're probably going to need that. But if you're just making YouTube videos, you don't need it. You can get away with the free version, and it's very intuitive, and you can learn how to use it really easily. There's loads of free YouTube videos showing you how to use DaVinci. That's all I use to learn how to use it, and you can learn it in a couple of days. It's not that difficult, even if you're not particularly tech-minded. It's quite an intuitive system, and your editing should be fairly efficient. So go onto some sort of stock website to get B-roll footage and sound effects and music, and just edit your video in one long take. Don't edit the rough cut, then go back again, because you'll be there all day. Just go through the video and edit it chronologically. And if you want to know how to get the best B-roll footage and the best sound effects, then you need to check out Artlist. Artlist is the greatest stock footage all-in-one platform that I have ever seen for content creators. You can not only have music and sound effects that are completely royalty-free and you can use them in all of your videos, but you can also have custom LUTs to put into your color grading. You can also do AI voiceovers. So if you don't want to talk on the camera yourself and you're a bit shy, you can type in whatever you want and it will come up, it will spit out this AI voiceover, and you can tweak it how you want, from the personality to the voice to the speed of the talking, to the depth of it, to the sparkle of it. Anything you want, you can change it as much as you like. It also has B-roll footage. As you can type in absolutely anything and it will come up with B-roll footage you can use in your videos. I've used various different stock platforms, and Artlist is the most comprehensive and has the biggest library, and it also has the most different tools and features out of anyone I've ever seen. Now, if you want to test it out, check out the link below and you can get 2 months completely free so you can test it. And if you don't like it, you can always cancel your subscription, but I guarantee you will love it. The next thing is finding balance in your life is key. And this is something I've always struggled with. And to be honest, still struggle with it a little bit, but I'm a lot better than what I used to be. But we all know trying to balance multiple different things in life is very, very hard. For me, trying to be a photographer, filmmaker, content creator, and have a part-time job, and be a husband and a father to 2 young kids, and take my dogs out and spend time with the dogs, all of that is very, very difficult to try and balance. And you just find there's not enough hours in the day to be able to do everything. The best way that I've found to do this is to try it to your very best ability to schedule your week. Now, I use my Google Diary and I schedule my Google Calendar, and I schedule my entire day. Now, obviously, it's hard to do that with young kids and a job and everything else, because we all know that kids, you might as well not have a schedule with kids, because it's just bloody impossible. But what I do is I schedule it. So I get up early in the morning, I go to the gym, I do my workout first thing in the morning, because then my workout is done. Because the longer you leave that, you're then going to make excuses throughout the day. Work has been hard, the kids are difficult and they need your help, and you're just tired and exhausted, and then you just don't find time to work out, and your health is really, really important. So you need to go to the gym or do some sort of workout. Even if you do it at home on your TV, just do some sort of workout every day, even if it's for 10 minutes. And do that first thing in the morning, because then it's done and you haven't got to worry about it for the rest of the day. Then once you've done that, I then schedule the rest of my day, whether that's for work, whether that's whatever photography clients I'm doing, or filmmaking stuff, or business stuff, or making YouTube videos, or spending time with my kids, taking them out, or going out for a date day with my wife. Whatever it is, I make time and I schedule it so I know exactly what I'm doing, and I've set times for each individual thing. And I just find that the way my brain works, it's just much more efficient if I can schedule stuff out. Because if you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing, because you just can't balance absolutely everything. You just can't find time for it all. So make sure you find balance. I try to do as much as I can with YouTube and business and photography, but I also try to spend as much time with my kids as possible, because I know they're not going to be young forever. So you've just got to try to do it to the best of your ability. Next up, you need to learn that monetization is more than just ad revenue. And this is a mistake a lot of YouTubers make. They think, oh, if I get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, I am going to have a ton of money and I'm going to be super rich from ad revenue. And it's just absolute rubbish. It's not true. The reality is that ad revenue makes up the smallest part of most YouTubers' income. So you'll find that, for example, streamers that do gaming, they will have channel members. So they will get members that pay them like £5 a month or $6 a month or whatever it is. And they want to try and get as many of those members as possible, because the more channel members they have, the more money they make. So if you have 1,000 members at $6 a month, guess what? After YouTube takes their cut, that's like $4,000 a month. So that is more income than you're ever going to make from ad revenue. The same thing is with communities. A lot of people are building communities. I have my community. If you are a photographer and a filmmaker and you're an aspiring content creator and you want to join a great community of like-minded people, then click the link below and you can join my community. It's completely free, and we have monthly trainings in there as well. But then you have free communities and paid communities. So if you get a certain number of people in a paid community, guess what? That's building up more monthly revenue, more monthly reoccurring revenue for you. And then you have things like use LUTs packages. You'll find photographers that have LUTs packages, have coaching packages, have all these different income streams, merchandise, you name it. You need to diversify your income. Whatever that is, you need to treat YouTube like a business and figure out what your income is going to be, where it's going to come from. Because if you just rely on AdSense, you're really going to struggle. In addition to that, if YouTube collapses tomorrow, where's your money coming from? Because you relied solely on AdSense. So you need to learn to diversify that. If you look at any big YouTuber, you will find that ad revenue is normally their smallest form of income. It normally makes them like $1,000 a month, if that. And they are making multiple six figures from all these different points of income. So that's what you need to do, diversify it. Next up, your audience dictates your growth. And this is a mistake a lot of creators make. They make videos and they just assume that people should watch them and they should get 100,000 million views, and that the YouTube algorithm just hates them if they don't get those sorts of views. And that's not the case. You need to replace the word algorithm with audience. If people don't like your videos or your title and thumbnail, they're not going to watch it. And I make this mistake as well. Just look at any of my previous videos. You'll see some that have done really well and some that have got a couple of hundred views and have not performed very well at all. And that's because the audience didn't like them. And that's okay. Is it frustrating for me? Yes, of course it is, because I spend a lot of time making those videos. But ultimately, I just learn from it and try and make a better video next time, and learn that, okay, obviously my audience didn't like that video. I need to make it better or do something different. And that's what you need to think of as well. And what you need to think with every video you make is this useful to someone? Is it going to help someone in some way? Because if it is, great. If I help one or two people and I get a few comments below saying, this video is really useful, thank you very much, then that's great. That's all I need. I don't need to get 1 million views. I just need to help people. And what I try and do is be useful to myself 2 or 3 years in the past. So I know that I have knowledge now that I didn't have 2 or 3 years ago. So if you can make a video that is useful to yourself 2 or 3 years ago that would have helped you, then do that, because there's somebody in that position and you are helping them out. And that's all what I try and do. So always try and produce the best videos for your audience. Number 9 is you will burn out if you don't have a system. Now, I've touched on this previously about finding balance, but you need to have some sort of system with your YouTube videos. You cannot sit there and upload 5 videos a week and be editing till 3 o'clock in the morning, because eventually you will burn out, especially if you're not getting those views. Or even if you are getting those views and you feel like, oh my God, I've made a video that's got 50,000 views. I've now got to upload another video because I need the momentum to keep going. And then you find yourself on that hamster wheel. You need to have a system and stick to it no matter what. Because if you get a video that performs well, then you just stick to that system. If you have a video that doesn't perform well, then you stick to that system and keep the consistency going so that you can build up the momentum. Because otherwise, if you just keep on that hamster wheel, eventually you'll burn out. And then what happens? You don't upload for 6 months, and then you just either end up quitting or, yeah, you end up quitting. Now that takes me on to my final point, which is you only fail when you quit. Now, YouTube is a very, very tough thing to do. And I've been on YouTube for over 3 years, uploaded over 200 videos. And at the time of making this video, I've got just under 4,000 subscribers. Now that is not perfect, and that's not a lot. And there's people that have been on YouTube for a lot less time than me and uploaded less videos than me, and they've got 100,000 subscribers or even more. So obviously I'm doing something wrong, but I do not claim to be perfect, but I just keep going and making videos I enjoy. And there's been a few mistakes I've made along the way where I've tried to make videos to feed the algorithm because I've seen similar videos that have blown up. And the problem with that is when that video doesn't perform, you then just get the ump and just get annoyed. Well, why hasn't that performed? It worked for somebody else. The algorithm hates me. And you need to forget about that. Just make videos that you enjoy making, that serve people and that you enjoy making. I'll say it again because it's true. I'm not perfect. I should be a lot further along than what I am, but I just enjoy making videos for you that helps you. And as long as I don't quit and I keep going, then eventually I'll be successful. Every big YouTuber has had their big break at some point. They will get one video or 2 videos that blow up, get loads of views, and that just sets the tone for their channel and keeps the momentum going and helps their channel blow up and grow. And if you keep doing that and you keep making content that is good for you, good for your audience, and eventually you will get your big break and it will work for you. It's not worked for me just yet. I've had a couple of videos that have got 50,000 views or thereabouts, and it's working reasonably well, but I'm just enjoying making content and enjoy making videos. And as long as you enjoy making it, then you'll be fine, and just don't quit and keep plugging along. Let me know in the comments below where you are in your YouTube journey. Let me know what you've learned so far. And just remember, don't give up, keep going, and eventually you'll get there. Trust me.